Good day, class! So, in this video, we will talk about ParseInt and ValueOf methods. So, just an overview lang, naglalagay tayo ng input dun sa ating text field or text area. So, lahat ng tinatype natin dun is recognized as text. So, what if we want to use those input for computation? Halimbawa, ang tinype mo naman talaga sa text field ay number. Pero because that is recognized by the program as string, hindi mo siya pwedeng gamitin for computation. So, hindi naman natin pwedeng ipag-plus si A at B, na string lang siya, string. No? So, we have to convert those numbers as integers, or doubles, or floats. So, kailangan pa natin siyang i-convert in order for us to use those input for calculation. Pero kung halimbawa, ang pinapatype naman sa text field ay pangalan lang naman, so okay na yun. No? String na siya automatically. So, ginagamit natin itong mga methods na to, ParseInt and ValueOf, to convert string into numbers and to convert numbers into string. No? Depende sa need ng pag-convert. So, while operating upon strings, there are times when we need to convert a number representing a string into an integer type. So, the method generally used converts string to integer in Java as ParseInt method. So, sa pagko-convert ng string into integer, ang ginagamit natin ay ParseInt. So, alam niyo na kung ano yung value of. So, value of naman ay ginagamit to convert integers into string. Now, we convert integers back to string. So, it takes a valid string as a parameter and parses it into primitive data type int. And so, to apply in GUI-based applications or katulad na ginagawa natin sa Swing, so we can get the text string in the text field txt text1 this way. So, halimbawa, nag-create ka ng program and then merong text field. No? Halimbawa, gagawa ka calculator. So, of course, kailangan mo ng text field para doon ka maglagay ng number. Kaso, because it is being inputted in a text field, so it is recognized as string. So, hindi mo siya magagamit sa computation. Makukuha mo yung input, yes, with the help of getText, pero hindi mo siya pwedeng gamitin sa computation unless you will use the ParseInt method. No, integer that ParseInt, and then within that parenthesis, tsaka mo ilalagay yung txt1 or yung text field na merong laman na text. So, value of. So, in opposite naman, yung value of ay ginagamit natin to convert values, especially numerical values, into string. So, ParseInt method, ginagamit natin to get the input, and usually, itong value of, ginagamit naman natin to display output. O, halimbawa, na-convert na natin into numbers. Nagamit na natin for computation, sa plus na natin minus, and then we get the result. And how are we going to display the output? If it is numbers, or if it is considered as integers or numerical values. So, of course, you have to convert it back to string para ma-display natin with the use of label or with the use of text field pa rin. No? So, by the help of string value of method, you can convert integer to string, or long to string, or boolean to string, character to string, float to string, double to string, or any other data types to string, in order for us to display the result. Yan. So, applying to GUI-based applications, so let us try to convert a numeric value into a string so that we can display it in the text field, or even in a label. So, we need to apply the value of method under the Java string class 2. So, magbibigay ako ng example mamaya. So, gagamitin na natin siya both, ParseInt and ValueOf. Yan. So, halimbawa, we can display the numeric value of var area this way. Yan. So, halimbawa, meron kang formula dito. You have the pi, 3.1416 times var radius in order to get the area. And then, you want to display the result. Pero hindi mo siya directly pwedeng i-display na naka-numerical value pa siya. Naka-integer pa siya. So, you have to convert it into value of. You have to convert it into string. So, ganito siya. So usually, ginagamit natin, no, text area or the text field dot set text, and then ano yung text na nakalagay sa loob. So in this case, now we have to set the text and then use string value of to convert the result. Halimbawa, 500 yung sagot. So ilalagay mo dito yung variable na nagko-contain ng result. No, automatically, i-convert niyo yung number na yung 500 na yun from integer into text or into string. So, yan. So, merong example dito. This is a simple addition calculator na na-apply na pareho yung value of and ParseInt. Okay, sample time. So, para makapag-create tayo ng simple calculator wherein we can input two values, no, and then ipapag-add natin yung two values na yun, and then we get to display the results. So, of course, we need two text field, or actually three. No? One for the first value, and second value, and the result. Ayan, so zoom natin. So, J text field, T1, about 10. So, kailangan natin ng tatlong text field. T1, T2, and T3. And then, label to display the plus sign. And a plus sign. And then, of course, a button na para pag click natin yun, it will display the result. That contains equal. Ayan. So, kompleto na yung ating components. Now, let's try to add all of this to our frame. So, let's use flow layout para hindi na tayo maglagay ng set bounds sa isa. So, flow layout. And then, right after that, add natin yung mga frame. Add natin yung mga components. So, una si T1, followed by the plus sign, and then si T2, our second text field, and then si equal sign or yung ating button, which is B1, and then yung last text field natin where hindi ito magdi-display yung result, which is T3. Yan. So, bago ang lahat, check muna natin kung nag-display na. Okay. So, meron na tayong calculator. No? Dito yung first input, second input, and then if I click this one, it will display the result here. Ayan. So, because we have button and we need to add action for those buttons, so we have to use action listener. So, let's create an action listener. So, public class, halimbawa ay equals. Public class equals implement action listener. And then the only method we can use is action perform. Action perform, action event, E. Yan. So, meron na tayo, action event E. And then, of course, no, to add action listener to our button. So, B1 that add action listener new equals. Ayan. So, tingnan natin kung may error. Okay. So, walang error. Pero hindi pa siya nagko-compute. So, wala pang nagdi-display. Okay. So, how do we use the ParseInt and ValueOf method. Ayan, so unang-una, we have to declare, we have to create a variable wherein doon natin i-display yung result. So int sum is equal to 0. Okay, so right after that, now we have to create a formula. So usually, ang formula lang naman ay sum is equals to A plus B. But in this case, dahil may GUI tayo, so we will be using the value coming from the T1 and T2. So, paano? So, sum is equal to, yun na. Gagamit na tayo ng integer, ParseInt. So, integer ParseInt. And then, yung laman ni T1, no, kukunin natin to be converted into text. So, kaya meron tayong T1.getText. Plus, copy na lang natin, ipa-plus natin siya dun sa second value na nakalagay naman kay T2. So, T1 plus T2. So, if I place 5 kay T1 and then 3 kay T2, so I will get 8 now as a result. Ayan. So, let's see. So, 5 and then 3. So, wala pa rin nagdi-display. So, because kulang pa tayo ng method na gagamitin. So, this time, we will be using ValueOf to convert the result into string and display it on the T3 or in our text field number 3, yung pangatlo. So, how? So, T3, gagamit tayo ng setText to display on that certain text field, but we have to convert first the result into string. Okay, so using string.ValueOf. Yan, so gagamitin na natin si ValueOf. And then, call the result. Call natin yung variable sum. So, tingnan natin kung talagang nag-display nga siya. Okay, so 3 is equal to 6. Ayan siya. So, 5 and 3, we will get 8. So, this is a string. String din, kinonvert natin into integer. So, nagkaroon na siya ng result, which is 8, pero si 8 ay integer. So, in this case, we use ValueOf to convert the result into string. Now, back to string. Kaya yan siya. So, example ay 10, 3, 13. Yan. So, you can try on your own. Pwede kayo mag-plus, or times, or minus. So, kayo na yung bahalang mag-explore. Okay, so just an additional info. Now, we can use e.getSource. So, hindi lang siya applicable for checkbox or radio buttons. It is also applicable for buttons. Especially kapag maraming buttons dun sa code mo. Halimbawa, gagawa ka ng calculator. Interface talaga ng calculator. Which is, there are a lot of buttons because each number has buttons. And also the operations. So, maraming buttons. So, you can use e.getSource para alam ni action listener which button yung na-trigger. Which button yung na-click. Okay, so halimbawa, e.getSource B1. So, ilalagay ko yung code ko inside the if statement. Yan, so e.getSource B1. So, try natin. Okay, so may kulang. Yan, so e.getSource is exactly equal to B1. Yan, so 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. So that means, if you use e.getSource, you can add as many buttons as you want. And kaya pa rin i-determine ni action listener which button yung na-triggered. So yon, doon natin ginagamit yung integer ParseInt and string ValueOf. And so I hope you learned something, and by this simple code, you can actually create your own calculator using Java swing. So it's up to you to explore, these methods. So that would be all. Thank you.